Welcome to this masterclass from The Banker in association with Avanade to talk about human-centered digital banking. I'm Kimberley Long, Asia editor at The Banker, and in this third chapter, I'm joined by Nic Merriman, Financial Services Advisory Lead Europe at Avanade, to talk about how important it is to bring customer context back to the conversation. Thanks for joining us, Nic.
Great to be here.
Customers are expecting more than ever from their companies they deal with. What can banks do now to differentiate themselves from their competitors?
Banking, as we know, has changed quite significantly over the past few years. Digitization and the rise of the fintechs, if you look at the likes of Metro and Starling and other such banks, have fundamentally changed the way many of us interact with our banks. But what I certainly see is the unexpected becomes the expected very quickly. We're all used to very capable applications and services delivered online through mobile banking apps with things like spend analysis, etc. But actually, what differentiates those applications? Very little. I would say many of these organizations are very fast followers. What we have seen, though, over the last few years is as the increase in digital banking has developed, we've seen a drop-off in humanity and how the banks interact with their customers at a human-to-human level. As we move into what we're starting to see now with the cost of living crisis, we're seeing that customers are increasingly looking for that connection with their banks to support them in their needs. And that's particularly true in complex products. Now, the interesting thing for me then is those existing banks that have had, or more incumbent banks that have had branch infrastructure, they're used to dealing with customers, have a real opportunity to bridge the gap between digital and the human, driving the capability to really understand their customers and provide a level of support that transactional banking like a mobile digital bank cannot deliver. So I see from a differentiation perspective how we take the functionally rich but humanity devoid digital apps and bring that human interaction back into the conversation with the customer.
For a time, the focus was on creating omni-channel experiences. Is this approach still relevant?
Omnichannel will still always be there in my view. Omnichannel, we talk about different communication mechanisms, whether it be through the web, whether it be through the mobile, whether it be through the call center, through IVR. But what happens, the more channels you have, the greater the opportunity for mistakes to happen, leading to frustration with customers. As I alluded to a few minutes ago, I think the real win is when you can start to join the conversations together, collaborate between the channels and really understand what the customer's need is and be able to drop down into that human interaction very, very quickly. Every employee of a bank now has the capability with technology to be human and customer facing. The ability to interact with your customers. Previously, that was only ever done in the branch. We can now bring advisors and specialists right into the forefront of interaction with customers through video technology and the like. And that's a real game changer, I think, for banking today.
And how can technology be leveraged to bring customers the level of experience they want?
If you look at technology that we've all become very accustomed to over the last few years with the likes of Teams and Zoom and other technologies, video is a real enabler for customers. But we also see how integrating technologies like Teams into wider and broader technologies like the Power Platform from Microsoft and CRM technologies like D365 allows you to deliver an end-to-end solution to hold a real deep, meaningful, purposeful conversation with customers. When that's augmented with machine learning and artificial intelligence, that allows employees to be given the right tools and services to have a real broad and deep conversation with their customers, enriching that experience for customers. We've all been in that situation whereby we have to repeat ourselves to many different parties in a bank, particularly in the digital space. I think with technology that we're seeing today, with data, with blockchain, with artificial intelligence, and with video capabilities and augmented reality like Teams, the ability to drive a more human interaction that is based around data and real insight becomes the possibility that will drive a differentiator for banks.
Thanks very much, Nic.
You're welcome.